Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to Friday. Hello. Friday, somewhere in November. Nearly time for Christmas films. All right, I'm watching Christmas stuff already. Got me sussed. And testing out all the Christmas cake and the mince pies, obviously, because, quality control. Good morning, Tina. Good morning. As always, if you are watching, do please pop a hello in the comments and we'll do the thing. So today is witchy fiction. Fiction about witches, but about magical stuff and dragons, vampires, the whole kit and caboodle. Good morning, Jane. Good morning, Emily. Never this early. Gold star for being early. Good morning, Sue. Happy Friday to you too. Yep. Last day of the working week. Well, it depends what job you do, really, doesn't it? Mine's a bit all over the place, so could be any day. It is cold and wet and dreary, but I don't mind that at all. I've already fed the birds and the squirrel this morning. I did watch him this morning and have discovered that he is taking all of the peanuts that I put out for him and burying them in the hanging baskets. So he's going to be quite disappointed when we empty the hanging baskets to find that we've stolen them all. Bless him. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Susie. So yes, witchy fiction. What are you reading? What have you read that's really good? I have a pile of books here to show you my favourites. Some you might have heard me talk about before. Others are new ones. But yeah, anything within the magical realm, I guess. There you go. Good morning, Xenia. Good morning. Having my coffee. Foggy morning. Coffee's good. Good morning, Monique. Good morning, Susan from a grey but very mild West Sussex. Yes, it is, because you're not far from me, obviously. It is grey, but it's not cold. It's not cold at all. The weather's mad. Good morning, Nicola from Enfield. Don't think I've ever been to Enfield. Good morning or good evening, afternoon, time zones. Lucky Fairy Queen. Good morning, Kerry and Ebony from Cloudy Clanelly. Good morning, Christine. Lots of lovely people here. Wow, yes, just in the numbers. Lots of lovely people here already. Welcome. So yes, witchy fiction. What are you reading? What's good? What can you recommend? Keep it to fiction. We can look at non-fiction on another day, but keep it to fiction. In the magical vein. I do love to read. Reading is, it's a relaxation, but it's losing yourself as well, isn't it? I love to bake. I love to eat. But I love to read as well. Always have done. I can remember going to the library every Saturday morning with my dad and getting, 3 books out or whatever and finishing them before the end of the week. Alice in Wonderland, I remember sitting on the Saturday morning when we got back from the library, sitting down and reading it cover to cover in one day. I think I did the same with The Hobbit as well. Alice in Wonderland, good recommendation. Always love that book. There's the classics. There are just classics. Alice in Wonderland, The Hobbit, Wind in the Willows. And I do love a Sherlock Holmes. Not witchy, but I do love Sherlock Holmes. Let's go. I've missed some. Debbie, off topic, but I have a squirrel feeder and buy squirrel food, which they won't bury in the ground. Oh, okay. I'm going to write a note now. Squirrel feeder. I was really, I have to write myself notes, otherwise I forget. Really surprised to see a squirrel. There's nowhere around here that a squirrel would live, so it's obviously travelled a bit of a distance. Thank you for that, Debbie. I will have a look at that. Lucky Fairy Queen here today to fill my wish list for books. You can never have too many books. Good evening, Zephora. Good morning, Cliff. Today in Selzy, our caravan. Very, very nice. David, good morning. Doing the washing up, so might be distracted. That's very industrious of you. Zephoria, did you sneaky read with a torch under the covers? Yep. I always have loved reading. It is one of the things that, just have. In fact, my love of dragons came from reading when I was very young. I read Green Smoke, a story about a dragon from Cornwall. Totally connected with dragons from that point on. Sherlock, yes. I if I had, the books that I probably read and reread, although I do listen to Audible as well. Sherlock, yeah, absolutely. Although I am working my way through the Poirot series at the minute. I have read, I think it's 24 so far this year. Alice in Wonderland, very shamanic. Yeah, he was definitely on something. Susie, reading the trilogy prequel to His Dark Materials. Good stories. Let's get some of these up. Right, let's get that one up. So, trilogy prequel to His Dark Materials. Very good series of books. Yes, definitely. Emily has been reading the Myrtlewood Mysteries and will be moving on to the Myrtlewood Crone series once I've finished these. It includes a magical self-cleaning house which stocks its own fridge. Brilliant. I'm just going to get a piece of paper. Myrtlewood series. Yeah, I haven't heard of that one. So that one's going on the list. Thank you for that. I'm going to start. I've got a pile here. Now, I'll start with some that I don't actually have as books. I have on my Kindle. And that's it's a cozy mystery series. It is Kim M. Watt, and it is her Beaufort Mysteries series. Really easy reads, funny, magical, and it has dragons in it. Absolutely fantastic series, Beaufort Mysteries. She expands out into several other series as well. All of them are good, but I love the ones about the dragons. They are very, very good. Nicola, get lots of squirrels everywhere in North London. They torment the dog. Yes, Eric does bark at the CATs when they're in the garden. I have to spell it because he's sitting here. I have stopped him from running out in the garden when the squirrel's out there. Emily, believe the author is a New Zealand-based witch. Yes, I believe she is. Jane. Oh, yes, we have a Winnie here today. So the sound effects are from Winnie. Did you take her sock off? Oh, Jane. So many books in the to read pile, so fiction is low priority. But most of my recent reads have been Erosion by Lucia, Stars Are Good book, Westerly Wind Brings Witches by Sally Walcott, good book. Both nice to get books to get lost in, definitely. Oh, I have a huge pile of books for research. As I'm always writing a book, so I've always got piles of books for research. But I do keep the fiction ones because they are my escape, my get out of your own head kind of thing. Xenia, another classic, never-ending story. Yes, book, not the film. Really magical initiation story. And the Narnia stories as well. The author was an occultist. A lot of influence from Thelema, Kabbalah, and more in it. Oh, yeah, it is, absolutely. Harks back to the 80s, that one. Zephora, Charlene Harris, particularly Grave Site series, writing that one down. Don't know that one. Grave Site series. Brilliant. Christine, Witch's Garden by Kate West. That's not fiction now, is it? Good book. Sephora, Alice Hoffman. Well, yes, Alice Hoffman wrote Practical Magic, although the book is quite different to the film. Very good. Highly recommend you read the book, but very different to the film. But yes, very good. I'll start with my pile here. That I'm going to put a Terry Pratchett one in, because he is God as far as I'm concerned when it comes to fiction, fantasy writing. This is my favourite, probably my favourite Terry Pratchett one, which is Abroad. It has Mrs. Gogol and her house. Oh no, it's on the back with chicken legs. I think that's probably my favourite Terry Pratchett one. He understood witches. He understood witchcraft. I love all the Witches. Well, I love all of his series, but I love the Witches one's probably the best. But I do like the Guards series as well. Definitely got to be a. I haven't actually read this book. This is one of my precious hardbacks. I have all of the hardback Terry Pratchett's on my bookshelf. I have never read them. Have not cracked the spines. I read all of the paperback ones, which are all very, very well thumbed. But yeah, Terry Pratchett understood human beings, basically. Lucky Fairy Queen. Oh, The Worst Witch. Yes, absolutely. I have all of those books as well. Yes, brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So for Lighthouse Witches. Okay, writing that one down. Lighthouse Witches. Thank you very much. Loving these recommendations. Xenia. Also watched the TV series and films Wednesday, Discovery of Witches and Vampire Academy. Love them. Discovery of Witches were books beforehand, and the books are brilliant. Books are absolutely brilliant. Kerry, Wild Women by Moira Hodgkinson. Yes, very, very good, and a very lovely lady. Yes, Jane found the first Harry Potter book in a junk shop years after the films. Bought it, read it, ordered all the rest, and binge read them all back to back. J.K. Rowling is a brilliant author, knows a thing or 2 million about the craft. I discovered the Harry Potter books. I think she had about 3 of them out already when I found them. And then it was, waiting for the next one to come out. I love them. Absolutely love them. My kids read them. We watched the films over and over. Absolutely love the books. Yes, absolutely. Well, we will be reading those to Winnie as well. Xenia. Every Terry Pratchett book about the witches. Yes, definitely. Or any of his books, really. I think they're all. He understood human beings. Oh, do we have sleep? Sleepy baby. Shh. I'm going to show you one now by an author that you might not think of as fiction. This is the book where I discovered the Cailleach. And it is a fiction book. And it's written by Silver Ravenwolf. She has written several fiction books. This is probably my favourite one of hers. It is Beneath the Mountain Moon. It is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's about a witch, obviously, but throughout the story, this character, just one of the, background characters, is an old crone with blue skin, the Cailleach Burr, and it's the first time I'd come across her, and this is the book that set me on my journey of many, many years with the Cailleach. But it's actually a brilliant story. She's got a couple of other ones as well. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic stories. So definitely a must read. It's really, really good. And obviously there's magic and witchcraft woven throughout it. Just see when this one was published. 2001. There you go. Brilliant book. It's got that kind of aged yellow pages. It's that old. I've read it several times over. It's very special to me, that one, because that is my Cailleach introduction. Really good. Really good. Next one is, there's another old one that I've read and reread. Just look at the year of publication of this one. Does it say? Now, this is a series that I think it's actually out of print now. I had to complete, that's 2001 as well. It is The Circle of Three. This is an ex-library book, look, because I had to buy it secondhand because I couldn't get hold of it. Circle of Three, there's 13 books. It's Isabel Bird, which I believe is a pen name. Each one takes one of the Wiccan ideas and writes a story around it, a fiction story around it, about a group of girls. It's brilliant. The whole series is brilliant, and it's really good because it's fiction and it takes you into the lives of these girls, but it's also brilliant because it explains in real life situations about witchcraft. It's brilliant. You will struggle probably to get them now, but the whole series is a circle of three, and there's 13 in there. Brilliant. Really, really excellent stuff. I hadn't scrolled up. Here we go. Worst Witch, yeah, definitely. David, out on the out if left field. We expect nothing less. Loved the Cloven Hoof books by Heidi Goody and Ian Grant, though not witchy, as it's about the Christian devil having to go into retirement in Birmingham. Oh, I love the idea of that. I'm going to write this down. They even did a book about witches called A Spell in the Country. Right, I'm going to write that down. Cloven Hoof. I love the idea of the devil going into a retirement home. Brilliant. Goody. Oops. Can't spell. It's not a good sign, is it? Brilliant. Thank you for that. Christine, you stick to it. You stick to it. Lucky Fairy Queen. Not books, but Kiki's Delivery Service is just so heartwarming. My comfort movie. I don't know that one. Don't know that one at all. I like, yeah, the comfort films. They're good. Sephora, series by Paula Braxton, starting with The Witch's Daughter. I get a big list here. Braxton. Thank you. Don't know that one. Haven't heard of that one. Monique, love the Narnia. Yeah, it's a classic, isn't it? Also like the Karen Marie Moaning Highlander and Fever series. She's written lots more too. Interesting. Is that the Highlander there can be only one? Because, that's good. Xenia, love the Harry Potter books. Loved how she took things from real mythology and weaved them into the Harry Potter world. Yeah, very cleverly done. Oh, Vanessa, yes. The Last Dragon Chronicles, Chris DeLacy. I haven't got them in my power here because they're up in my son's room. I've got all of those ones. They are brilliant, brilliant books. Highly recommend. Magic, dragons, obviously, but in modern times. Brilliant, brilliant series. Yes, absolutely. Kerry, The Glastonbury Tourist by Jacob Todson. Fantastic book. I couldn't put it down. Don't know that one. Excellent. I have got a Glastonbury one in my pile here, actually. Jane, wish I could read Terry Pratchett. My brain won't process his writing for some reason. No. Failed English Lit O level because of this problem. Some books click and some just don't. I think that's how it goes, isn't it? Lucky most of my witch books are for reference, so they're a lot more doable. They are. You're either going to resonate or you're not. It is one of those things. If we were all the same, it'd be a boring old world, wouldn't it? Good morning, Maria. Kerry, A Yule Story by Jacob Todson, amazing author. Don't know that one. Going to look that one up too. Thank you. Oh, Xenia, I have several Circle of Three books from ages ago, all that were translated to German. Not all were translated, so I have to find the remaining ones. Brilliant books. I literally had to find. They are secondhand, most of them. I say this is an old library book. Actually, it's an American library book. I don't know how it came to be over here. Hollis Social Library. Yeah, good books. Definitely good books. Good morning, Luna. Maria, Terry Pratchett, of course. Yeah, there's a few. Wintersmith, yes. All of the Tiffany Aching ones, brilliant. Witches Abroad. I mean, obviously. Obviously. Yeah, it's all good. Brothers Grimm. Yeah, I got that here, I think. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. David, just remembered a short story from the Cloven Hoof books. That rings a bell. I must have come across them at some point, where an archangel has to explain to St. Christopher that he doesn't exist in the style of an employee being let go of by management. That Cloven Hoof, that rings a bell. Good morning, Eve. Maria, Louisa Morgan, and Deborah Harkness books. Yes, the Deborah Harkness ones are brilliant. Oh, did I disappear? Am I back? Do we have a gremlin? Screen's gone black. Oh, I hope I'm back. Am I back? Let's have a look. Did you lose me? Let's have a look. Nothing's flagged on this end. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. If I keep it up on here, I can tell whether anything's gone a bit floopy. No, I'm there. I'm back, hopefully. Yeah. I'm there. We won't hold you responsible, Maria. Yes, Xenia, highly recommend the Whitehaven series. Absolutely brilliant. It was Kerry. Yes, it was the Brothers Grimm. That's what it was. Emily, does Moonbooks publish fiction? Not really is the answer. We do have 2 or 3 books. A couple of them were mentioned earlier. I think there's probably 3 fiction books. It's a different market for what we do, so it's difficult to get into. So not really is the answer to that one. Harry Potter, Maria, yeah, absolutely. I'm back. It's gremlins. What else have I got in my part? So here's the Glastonbury one I was talking about. So this is Marcus's Pendulum. There's 2 books. Tom Madley is another pen name, I think. This is brilliant. There's two books about the same character. A little boy finds a sword in Glastonbury. If you know the Glastonbury landscape, it's interesting anyway, but it's brilliant. It's a kind of magical adventure type story. The grandfather does divination and stuff. It's brilliant. Marco's Pendulum, can recommend that too. Not witchy, but magical, and obviously set in Glastonbury. The other series that I absolutely love is Rachel Kane. Not necessarily witches, but mostly vampires. This is the Morganville Vampire series. I think there's 13 in this one as well. I found these at the library, just stumbled across one, and then had to get the set. Really, really captivating stories. Very magical, very spirits and vampires, and yeah, page turners, absolutely. Morganville Vampires, brilliant series. I've read and reread that one several times. Steve, London Falling by Paul Cornell. I went to school with a guy called Paul Cornell, I think. I wonder if it's the same one. Goodman's. Oh, is it Goodman's? Do you think it's the same one? Might be. About an ancient witch causing problems in modern day London. I write that one down too. London Falling. Now the other ones I didn't pick up that are upstairs are the Ben Aronovich Rivers series. Author Ben Aronovich. The Rivers series is brilliant concept and really well written. And it is about the spirits of all the different rivers who are in human form. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant idea and excellent books. I don't know why that made me think of that, but there you go. Well, obviously, Grimm, the TV series, brilliant. That's in my top 3. We've watched and rewatched the Grimm TV series. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. It's based on Grimm's fairy tale stories, but in human form. Very, very clever. Very clever. Claire was given Jawbone by Monica Ojeda to read. Think more. H.P. Lovecraft, also good. TJ Green got up to book 6 and loved them. Yeah, I have just finished the 13th one. There's a little Yule one as well that's extra before I start the next lot. Excellent books. Absolutely brilliant. Right, another old one. What's the date on this? It's not going to tell me. Is it going to tell me? This is an ex-library book too. No, it's not going to tell me the date. So there's the Light Witch series, Andrew Matthews. There's 3 books in the series. This will tell you how old it is. It was $4.99. You don't get a book for $4.99 these days. This is about a young witch. Brilliant series as well. Excellent series. 3 of those in that. But this was an ex-library book, so you might struggle to get a hold of those. And the last one that I've got in my pile here is a new one. Haven't read it yet. Another Prezi from hubby. You said you saw this one on Facebook?
Yeah.
And it had very good reviews. So this is Good Witches Don't Lie. Haven't read it yet. So we'll see where that one takes us. 19-year-old with anger issues. Yeah. Academy of Magic. Fantasy, romance, and urban fantasy author. I'll let you know how I get on with that one. So that's a new one I haven't read. What else have we got here? Xenia, the House of Night series by PC and Christian Cast. They mingled vampire with craft elements set in a boarding school environment. I think I've heard of that one too. I can write that one down. House of Night. I take my hat off to anyone that writes fiction. Obviously, I've written a book or two, but on non-fiction, because that's stuff I know about. And it's stuff that I work with on a daily basis. And, it's experience, and I can research. And to write fiction, to actually get an idea of all the characters and where the story starts and where the story ends and all that stuff that happens in the middle, just amazing. I mean, not everyone can do it. That is perhaps the downside to the self-published thing, is that even if your story's bad, you can put it out there. But hey, I'm not, if that's what you want to do, go for it. Because I think writing fiction is really, really hard. I remember going to an exhibition, a Terry Pratchett exhibition, after he'd passed. And they had his desk set up, and I've got 2 screens here, which is really, really useful. He had 6. He had 3 computer screens and then 3 computer screens above it, because he would be writing the story on one of them, and then he would have the character stories on the others and plot things on the others, so that he could bring it all in and tie it all together. And that just amazes me, how people do that. Absolutely amazing. David, on another out of left field, there were a few graphic novels on witchcraft. It was all the rage back in the 90s, yes. From the likes of Neil Gaiman, Grant Morrison to Pat Mills and Alan Moore. In fact, Pat Mills wrote a witch superhero called Finn McCall, which was alternative. A witch dressed in shadow with machine gun bringing down the patriarchy and capitalism. Okay, that sounds like the 90s, doesn't it? Haven't read, but which is on my list, is Pagans by James Alistair Henry. It's a new detective book set in 2025 in London, but the Norman conquest never happened and the country is still pagan. That sounds interesting. Going to write that one down too. If you get your pen the right way up, that helps. I know I'm very old school. I still like to write lists of things. I like writing things down. That sounds like brilliant. Cliff. Joanna van der Hoeven just written a new series of fiction books called Witches of the New Forest. Quote, magic, myth, romance and adventure await in the New Forest. Not read them yet, but the supporting write-ups on her website and Facebook page make them look very inviting and compulsive reading. I will wait and see what the reviews are. Excellent. Steve, yes, getting lots of ideas for your presents. Yeah, I make writing these down for me, not for anyone else. These are presents for me. Maria, no, TJ Green, haven't read any of her books. Do, she's brilliant. Heather gave me Louise Morgan's book and then got passed on. We do pass books around. We like passing. David, no one mentioned Agatha All Along on Disney. I haven't seen that yet. It had very good reviews, didn't it? I haven't seen it. Anyone else you liked it, David? They are Xenia. Agatha All Along TV series. Sadly only on Disney Plus. Desperately searching for a DVD Blu-ray. Love it. I will have a look at that. We have got Disney Plus because something weird's on that, isn't it? NCIS. Yeah, we love NCIS, and that was on Disney Plus, which is very random. Yes, Detectives plus Witchy. Yeah, I do love it. Yeah, we love detective series. Like detectives, like a bit of murder, but we like a bit of humour with their murder. Just, WandaVision and Agatha on Disney. Yeah, I will look it up. I didn't realise it was on Disney. Brilliant. Emily, excellent book I read recently, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. Young witch becomes a living tutor for 3 young orphaned witches, all around found family and love. Nice. That sounds like I like the title, Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Brilliant. Another vote for Agatha. And another. All Along was really good. Some really good and accurate depictions. Nice. I think that's the thing, isn't it? I think perhaps that's why I like the TJ Green books, because she knows her stuff. She's a practicing witch, so everything that she writes about, it's real working magic. It's the way the witches work. I guess really with the Harry Potter as well. I mean, obviously we don't get flashes of light and stuff coming out of wands and things, but the whole premise is based on proper witchcraft, for want of a better description. I guess it depends as well what time frame they're set in. I'm not a big lover of the period stuff. The whole Jane Austen type thing doesn't. I know, put my hand up. I haven't seen Downton Abbey. It's that whole period thing's not generally my thing. I'm just looking through. So the Light Witch is modern times. The Morganville Vampires, modern times. Marcus Pendulum, modern times. Whitehaven, modern times. Circle of 3, modern times. Yeah, the Silver Raven Wolf 1, modern times. It's only the Terry Pratchett ones, actually, that are in a different world completely. Interesting. Yeah. I think I kind of prefer the modern time ones, but everyone's different. Senia, Elvira, yeah, definitely. I guess it as well. When I've put the Morganville Vampires in there, and we mentioned Discovery of Witches, which has got vampires in it. No one mentioned Twilight, of course. I loved the Twilight books, loved the series, thought the books were better than the film. And that's the other thing, isn't it? I mean, I love the Harry Potter books. When I saw that first film, there were bits about it that didn't fit for me. I loved all the characters, thought they cast the characters brilliantly. And perhaps that is the same, I think, for Twilight. In my head, once you've read the book, you get an idea of what the characters look like and what they sound like. And then when you watch the film, if you do it that way around, book first, then the film, sometimes it doesn't gel because you don't. Yeah. So I love the Twilight books. Bella, for me, the casting wasn't right for me on that. Personal choice. But yeah, it's setting the scene, isn't it? If I read the Sherlock books, it's usually Jeremy Brett that I picture when I'm reading the books. Although I do love Elementary, the modern one of it. Yeah, you get an idea, don't you, if you read the book first. You build this picture in your head. And sometimes the film can come crashing down on that. Really love Jane. Never seen Downton, but love Bridgerton. It's quite modern, not yet. Yeah, period stuff. Not really my thing. Not really my thing. Xenia, there is a modern but vintage style film, The Love Witch. The protagonist is mad. Aren't we all? But there's lots of elements of the craft. I don't know that one. What's the one? The Good Witch. That's a nice TV series.
Felicity Kendall.
Not Felicity Kendall.
The Good Life.
That's The Good Life. Quite different. No, The Good Witch is very good. I enjoyed that TV series too. And I've heard about the Sandman, David. Sandman TV series worth a watch. The last series was epic fantasy, but witchy. There's a witchy things in it. I think it's an umbrella type of thing, isn't it? If it's got kind of magical stuff in it, we're going to love it. Yeah, we mentioned the Practical Magic books, Alice Hoffman books. I love the film, but I saw the film before I read the book. So I had those characters in mind, I guess. Sometimes it's that way around, isn't it? But I think, you do get this scenario, don't you? Yes, Christine. Majors of Stonewild. Yes, the lovely Kit Berry. Few books I read, all the series by Kit Berry is based in Dorset too. Yes, that series was very good. The Stonewild series, very, very good. Loved that. Okay, there's a Jane Austen zombie film. Oh, for goodness sake. Didn't they make a Winnie the Pooh horror film as well? What is going wrong with the world? That's just bizarre. I think as to The Worst Witch, those books were made into TV series, wasn't it? I think again because I'd read the books first, I didn't love the series so much. But David, it's one of the annoying things about Disney. They don't like physical media. They rather have people's money rolling in from subscriptions than one-offs. Everyone's in it to make money. Absolutely. But I guess, if you're a business, you've got to make money to stay in business. It's a bit of one of those conundrums things, isn't it?
It's easy for you to say.
It is very easy for me to say. Xenia, the Good Witch. Yes. Taking my thing. The Good Witch is it's a feel-good kind of thing, isn't it? It's kind of a comfortable thing to watch. Susan, there are 4 books in the... Oh, okay, the Practical Magic series, well worth reading, darker than the first film. Yes, I've read the first one. Definitely a bit different. But worth reading. I didn't realise there was 4. I shall look those up. Thank you. Everything's going up at the minute, Marie, isn't it? Money's flying out the door. Emily, Witch Child by Celia Rees, about a young witch who flees England to New England in the 1600s after her mum is killed for witchcraft. She's persecuted in New England and marries a Native American man. Okay, I have to say that's because it's 1600s probably wouldn't appeal to me. I'm kind of Victorian onwards, really. But interesting concept. Xenia, Children of the Stones. Why have I heard that? That rings a bell. Very spooky. It's on YouTube. Interesting. Emily, sequel Sorceress is set in the present day. Okay, and it's about a young Native American woman who learns about this ancient ancestor of hers while struggling with their own identity. See, that's to put something like that together. Incredibly clever. To weave, and that's what you do, really, isn't it? Weave those stories and all those characters and make it all connect like some huge, enormous jigsaw puzzle. It baffles me how people do that. Yes, there are Good Witch movies. The Good Witch is literally called The Good Witch TV series. Very, very good. Yes, very good. I guess Practical Magic, technically, they were good witches. The aunt's probably a little bit dubious. But yes, absolutely. Good witch movies. Yes, definitely. As if they don't make enough money. Yeah, that's what makes the world go round and round, isn't it? So I read the series by Alice Hoffman before I realised about the movie. Okay, interesting. Did that put a different perspective on it for you, though? Because I did it the other way around. I watched the film first. Yeah. Good Omens. Terry Pratchett, he should not be named. Yeah. But Good Omens, good book. Have to be honest, good book. Did not like the TV series. I know I'm probably in the minority, and I do love Michael Sheen in particular. I think he played the role brilliantly. I love David Tennant. Didn't think he was right for the role. But I guess because I'd read the book first so many times, I had an idea in my head of what they should be like, and it wasn't. So yeah, I tried. I tried a couple of times with the series. I couldn't get into it, but that's probably just me. Probably just me. Okay, Cliff, loved watching this, filmed in Avebury. Not which one are you talking about, Cliff? Oh, I need to know what was filmed in Avebury now. Maria. Oh yes, Once Upon a Time, very good. Yes, very good series. I think it is. This is one of the reasons why I'm looking at all of the fairy stories. So I've got Grimm's. What have I got there? Oscar Wilde. I've got as well. Hans Christian Andersen. The name escaped me for a minute. Then I'm looking at all of the archetypes, all of the witches, and the crones and the hags in those stories, because the Grimm stories in particular were not nice. Yeah, interesting. Witches got a bit of bad rep, really, and it's kind of carried on, hasn't it? But yeah, fairy stories all had a theme to them, all had a moral behind them. Sephora, totally different story. Movies quite disconnect from the book. Yeah, the practical magic isn't it? Maria, agree it's not like the book, but Tennant made a good Crowley. See, I don't think he did. That's my issue. I loved Michael Sheen. David Tennant, it didn't work for me. But that's where we're different, isn't it? That's where everyone has their different ideas. I know it was hugely successful, and I'm very, very pleased. Yeah, David, it did. It is heartbreaking, isn't it? But I loved the book. There's one bit that stands out in my mind from Good Omens, in the fact that it didn't matter what tape cassette you put in your car, it turns into Queen. I think that is one of those weird phenomena. Fairy tales by Stephen King makes you look at fairies in a different way. I think that depends on how well you know fairies. Then it was the Victorians, wasn't it? Bless them, that dressed the fairies in flower petals and twinkly, sparkly. Yeah. I haven't read fairy tales by Stephen King. I've read one of his books many, many years ago and was terrified and never read another. Yeah, I can imagine it tells fairies as fairies. Oh, yeah. Makes you think about things, doesn't it? Oh, okay, Cliff, thank you. Children of the Stones, filmed in Avebury. I think it was 1976. 1976. Gosh, I was 8 years old. A very spooky children's teenager story. I think I've heard of that. I am going to have to look that one up. Sephora, not books, but loving the witchy vibe of Florence and the Machine's latest album. Okay, don't know. I know Florence and the Machine. Don't know that. I'll have to have a look at that. What's your band that you like that does all the
band that I like?
That is it Avantasia?
Avantasia.
Yeah, Avantasia.
And Nightwish as well.
Avantasia and Nightwish, two bands that do spectacular fantasy type rock music. Absolutely brilliant. Definitely worth a listen. Oh, Claire, aren't they going to reissue Oscar Wilde's library card after he was banned? Is that not a little bit late? Really? Might not get an awful lot of use out of it. I think it is interesting to get that, to delve back into the older stuff. The Grimm fairy tales, for example, because Disney has done a number on them. And I'm not dissing. Yeah, we loved all the old Disney films. Before we had children, we used to watch the Disney films, Sword in the Stone, with the wonderful scene with Merlin and Minerva, kind of copying one of the old Irish stories where they all change into different animals chasing each other. They are brilliant films. Don't know the new ones quite so much. But they did take, made the Grimm stories fluffy. Let's be honest. They made the stories fluffy, which, good thing, bad thing, not sure. Not sure. Xenia, if you want to see not so nice fairies, there's a lovely horror Christmas series on Netflix called Nissa Elves. Love it. Okay, a horror Christmas series. I'm not sure those two words go together in a sentence, do they? I love my Christmas. I love my cheesy Christmas films on Hallmark. But yeah, I think it's about understanding the fairies, and the whole fairy world are not perhaps what everyone thinks they might be. Vanessa, James Herbert Once is worth a read. Thank you. Like that. It's a small child looking over the computer at me. I don't know. Is it? We were brought up on. Well, I was brought up on reading books that were perhaps older than my age. My children were as well, because they could read well. It's not a thing apparently at the moment. Daughter and son-in-law both work in the school. They have 7 and 8 year old children that can't read and write. That to me is horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. Just, they get plugged into, here's your iPad, the electronic babysitter, never taught to read or write. And that is just horrifying anyway, the fact that they're going to be out in the world not being able to read and write properly, but also the things that they are missing out on. To the fact that I still remember reading Alice in Wonderland from cover to cover, and I must have only been, I don't know, 8 or 9, something like that, and I can remember reading it from cover to cover and how wonderful it was and how I got lost in it.
But you can't get the high score on Game of Thrones when you were 7, could you?
No, I couldn't.
That's the payoff.
Yeah, well, we didn't have computers then. Forget Game Boys, that we didn't even. I think we had a Commodore 64 when I was much older, where you had to load the games up on a cassette. I think we had the Ghostbusters game. You had to load it up on a cassette tape. I think it's terrifying that children are, this is a general, but the fact that children of that age cannot read or write, but what they're missing out on, losing themselves in a book, I think that's very, very sad. Very sad. Xenia, it's about tourists disturbing the fairy world. Well, yeah, I can understand how that happens. Maria, Haxon is one of my favourite silent movie films. Okay, that's fine by me. You don't have to apologise, Maria. Zephora, everybody screams, sympathy magic, witch dance, kraken, the old religion are track names. Okay, brilliant. That all sounds fantastic. Love them. Do like the kraken. Makes me think of pirates. Lucky Fairy Queen. Used to love Winx Club as a kid, but watching it again, they depict witches as bad, but fairies as nice and trustable. And I was like, this couldn't be so far from the truth. I guess it depends how you look at it, really. Yeah, fairies, they aren't necessarily bad, but if you work with fairies, you understand that they like to trick people. They work on a different set of principles, different etiquette, different morals than human beings do. Witches is a tricky one because going back, people wouldn't have identified as witches. They might have been called the witch because they lived on the edge of the forest, but they would have been a healer. They would have been cunning folk, herbalist, whatever. But would they have hexed and cursed? Yeah, probably, because people asked them to and paid them money for it. Or, here's a bag of beans, or here's a, whatever, pint of milk. But somewhere along the line, and I think the Grimm brothers have a lot to answer for in making witches bad. Old crones, old hags, got a bit of a bad rap, really. And yeah, I think, as far as I'm aware, it was the Victorians that made fairies fluffy. You've only got to look at the old folklore stories about fairies to know that they are a bit tricksy. Christine, if we're talking films, just finished watching Harlots. Haven't laughed as much for ages. Okay, I don't know that one. There's a horror comedy Christmas book called Candy Canes and Buckets of Blood. Now, this is ridiculous. Where's the ho 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 in that? Do love me the festive season. Not sure I want buckets of blood in it though, thanks. Sephora, if you want good witch fiction for little people, Margaret May's Witch in the Cherry Tree is brilliant. Oh, okay, Witch in the Cherry Tree. I'm going to write that one down too. Witch in the Cherry Tree. Thank you very much. Lucky Fairy. Yeah, I bet fairies were the original trick-or-treaters. There probably wasn't a lot of treats involved. The Grimm definitely have stepmother issues. Yes. Yeah. I've just finished reading, actually, the Hans Christian Andersen stories. That was interesting. He had an interesting life, too. Very clever man. But yeah, it's when you look at the original stories and then look at how we see them today, quite different. Roald Dahl wrote a series of poems based on fairy stories, and they are brilliant. In fact, all the Roald Dahl stories, I've got all of those. They will all be read to Winnie. Absolutely brilliant stories. He understood people, human beings as well, like Terry Pratchett did. So yes, Roald Dahl stories, all very good too. And you don't have to be a child to read them either. I think they're all brilliant stories. Xenia. Nosferatu, silent movie. Know some buildings in the film in Lubeck and Wismar very well. Occult author wrote a blog article about the occult background of the film. The filmmakers were occultists. Okay, I have heard of that one. I think it's what you like, isn't it? I like to escape. The whole idea for me about reading fiction is to escape. But I have to be able to connect with the characters. I think that's part of it as well, isn't it? And I don't, I love my detective series. Love watching NCIS and all of that on the telly. But my book reading is quite different. Not a lot of murder in my book reading. A lot of witchcraft, but not a lot of murder. Unless, I guess, you count vampires. Yeah, different viewing and books. I did read somewhere, that when you read a book, it takes more of your focus. You can literally lose yourself in a book. It takes all of your focus. When you're watching the television, you're not as focused. However the brain works, when you're reading it, you can shut yourself off from the world. When you're watching the television, there's still a part of you that's thinking about, the shopping list and that kind of thing. And I think that's right. I think that is absolutely right. Louise. Women in Black is a good Gothic book. Is that the film that Daniel Radcliffe did? It looked pretty creepy. I'm not very good with creepy. Not very good with horror films. I know. Does that make me a terrible witch? I'm not very good with the creepy stuff. Cliff. Cursed was a good series on Netflix about the Fae. Only one series of 10, though, and ended on a cliffhanger. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? That is very annoying. Yes, there was another series that did that. Witches of Eastwick. Not the film. No, not the big film. There was a TV series. And that ended on a cliffhanger because they decided not to renew it. That was a very good series too. There does seem to have been, I guess, from Harry Potter, that era, because that's going back a little bit now, this whole push of witchcraft films, vampire films, TV series, magical stuff. I guess Charmed was before that too, wasn't it? Charmed was very good. I don't know whether the Harry Potter book series and then the films kind of kick-started a big
100%.
era of witchcraft and mythical, magical TV series and film. It's a good thing.
Brought it into the public domain.
Yeah, I think it did. David, not recommending the Witch movie then. I Witches of East End. That's it, Zenia. Thank you. Yes, that was a very good series. David, no, don't do creepy. Don't do, yeah. Witches of East End. Yes, that was very, very good series. Angela, Candy Comes and Buckets of Blood sounds about right, considering Christmas is one of the biggest annual blood sacrifices. Think about centerpiece at the dinner table. Well, yeah, I guess so. I'd prefer not to have the buckets of blood, though. That is not, yeah, it's going to mess up the tinsel. Megan Mogg, yes. Is that a book as well? Yes. Yes, I had the Megan Mogg books as a child. Yes, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Loved them. And Winnie the Witch. That was a book series as well. Okay, I'll write that down. I might have to. Megan Mogg. Winnie the Witch. Megan Mogg. That's going to be some books for Winnie. Xenia, still hold the old Charmed very dearly. It was good, wasn't it? It was a good series. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Kerry, Witches of East End. That is the TV series I was thinking of. Louise, Lighthouse Witches. I think that one was mentioned earlier. Yes, Carol Jess Cook. That's on the list. Sephora, Harry Potter series was brilliant. I love a bit of Harry Potter. Worst Witch, yes. Oh, Room on the Broom, yes. That was a good too. We had a huge Room on the Broom book. It was like this sort of size. It was enormous. It didn't fit on the bookshelf or anything. It was really annoying. But the book was brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So I've got a list of stuff here now of books that I'm going to have to put on my to read list. David, supernatural themed shows aimed at teens and young adults because they're all outsiders, alienated, centric protagonists. Lots of big words which people identify with at that age. Yeah. That seems to have been a thing, hasn't it? So some brilliant suggestions there. Thank rot bags. And that's taken me back a bit, Maria. Lots of book suggestions there. Thank you very much. I'm going to have a big shopping list for that. If you think of any more, pop them on the comments. They will be useful to myself and other people. So thank you for that. Vanessa's grandson's favourite books is Room on the Broom. Yeah, it's a good book. So there you are. Lots of books. I'll go and put these all back on my shelves now. Thank you for joining me, as always. We've got some stuff coming up. We have, get the calendar up. We've got a winter ritual at some point, somewhere in the future. This month, I know. Right, what have we got? Next week, 15th, Saturday, 15th of November, I'm doing Prosperity Book Launch at 6 o'clock on 15th, talking about prosperity, abundance, wealth, magic, and the subject of the book. So do join me for that. Free, open to everyone. Hello, Squink Pants. Myself, Ness and Heather will be at Witch Fest on the 22nd. And on the 29th, we are holding our online winter ritual, which is all a Kailach. Said about my book launch. Yeah. There you go. What was the vampire book? It's a series by Rachel Kane, Xenia, and it is the Morganville Vampires. There's 13 books in the series, I think. Brilliant. Really, really good series. So thank you, everyone. Do have a look on the website for all of the stuff. Louise says cackle is good. Very funny as well. Rachel Harrison. I'm going to write that one down. Cackle. There we go. Thank you for the very long list. Winnie is exercising her vocal cords yet. Hello. You're going to come and say bye-bye to people. Finished now, Eric. Hello, sweetheart. There we are. There we are. Say bye-bye to people. There we are. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. And we'll see you all again next week. She looks terrified. See you all again next week.